Yo, hey, what's good, everybody? Uh, how are you guys doing? Yeah, yeah, I'm here. We're about to stream. I want to quickly set up my stream on my phone so I'm able to monitor properly. But yeah, how are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling? Today we're going to modeling the legendary, the ever reliable, the ever dependable, a staple in Nigerian culture. It's something that every millennial in Nigeria should be familiar with. We're going to model the one, the only Tiger Gen. This is going to be, um, yeah, I feel like it might be a lot, but we're going to take it one chunk after the other. And I do not think this is going to be a day's work, but we're going to take it one after the other, like I said. So yeah, it's 10:40. By the time it's 12, I should be done. Wherever I am, I'm going to stop and continue tomorrow. So let's go. I'm going to bring up this box. Uh, SZ and that, and this is going to be the top. Now, like I'm going to be handling by like sessions. I'm not going to do everything in one mesh, obviously. Like that's just going to be a recipe for disaster. So right here, we're looking at something that looks like this, right? So this is going to be GY just slightly, right? And then this again to GY ever so slightly. So it's going to be more of like maybe this. I'm going to reduce it so it doesn't disturb. Mm, I think down here I'm going to remove this face, and I can take this entire face and extrude along the mouse, right? So this is what I'm trying to do right here. So I'm going to look at it from the side view, make sure that I'm getting the measurement properly. Yeah, I think that's relatively okay. I think this I'll just squash and make sure it's the same size. For this, we have a mishap here. I'm going to delete that face. No, delete fact so that I can come in here and fill that. So that looks good. I'm going to go to the side right here, select this vertices. I'm going to apply that scale. And I'm going to have to build those. So I think on the side view, I'm just going to know how much bevel I'm going to add to that. Just like so. That looks good to me. Right here, I'll put in this loop and I'll GY on that. And then maybe this loop too should be bevel, but not so much because I'm going to need a very deep top bevel right here. So, yep, I think this is a good mesh to start building the top. So in building, maybe, yeah, I'm going to leave this first. Get back to it at a later time to add detail. I think I'm going to do a little bit of the sides to just kind of blocking it out. So right here, I'll scale on the Z. I want to see, I want to be able to check something. Okay, I think I'm good. So for this, I will Z down, I will shift this Z and then start from somewhere around here and SZ. I'm going to SX a little bit on that. Right, this one is going to SZ, just make it flat. Let me SZ a little bit on this, and then right around here, this face, maybe not that. Let's see. I'm going to take this chunk like so. Oh, this is going to be a tricky one. So I probably want to attend to this like side by side. Just attend to one part first, and then attend to the other parts. So I'm thinking we approach like this, right? And then this entire side, you're just gonna go off. But I need other references that shows this side properly. So let me just quickly look for more. Just 1 second. Let's see. I like this, but it's rotated. I don't think that's any good. I just want to quickly look for reference for the other side. Think something like this, but maybe a better picture. This might be a better picture. So there's an exhaust, yeah. Okay. Okay, I see you. I didn't know that was an exhaust actually. Let's see. I think I can use this one. Uh, uh, these images are blurry. That's why I can't carry them. Like this one is really blurry. Okay, it's no longer blurry. I think that's good. So right here, I can paste this. Oh, no. Copy image. Can paste it in. Come on, this is taking so long, like, to paste. All right. Looks like a really heavy file, actually. Pasted at such a big size. Pause. So, yeah. I'm going to do this side first. So, for this side, we're looking at something like this. Right. Right around here, we have a loop. And right around, like here, we have a loop. So, I'm going to take this entire face and delete the face. That's cool. I think up top, right here, I'm going to delete that face. I can take this, take this, take this, no, this included, and I can make those rounds, right? Shade auto smooth, and can I add an entire loop? It looks like I can add an entire loop. So I'm going to go to the front view and places where I need a loop cut. I'm going to bring in a loop. I think right around here, very important. Right here, right here. How am I going to approach this? I'm going to use a sub D. I think I'm going to use a sub D. So I'm going to do this. Or I can undo on that. Loop right here. Loop right here. loop right here, and then loop right here. I think right here I want to bring this here and GG, take this up a little bit. So we're going to kind of start just basically constructing. Oh, I'm not going to construct details now. Again, I just remember that I'm doing what should I call it, block out. For this, I'm going to use active elements and x0 to make that flush. So if I add in a sub d, I can easily tighten up all these things so it's round like this, and I can add this detail and everything else. So I'm going to take out that sub d first, and then you see this cylinder shape right here. I'm going to put that in. So I'm going to bring in, how many sides is this? I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me count it again. 1, 2, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So looking at the 30-sided circle. So I'm going to bring in a cylinder, make sure this is 30 sides or 30 vertices, turn it to view, and I can scale this. I'm just put this in this shape right here. So what we're trying to do is basically build out the entire thing, but from this epicenter right here. All right, so I'm going to go to the side view and GX on that, but I feel like this should be the other way. So I'm going to take my reference, rotate from the 3D cursor, and SZ minus no RZ 180. So all of this loop that I created earlier, I probably want to revisit them. Let's try these vertical loops. Let me just take them out first. Dissolve edges. So this, I'm going to GY or GX, bring this forward like so. This is good. Do all of this, GX, bring it in, and then this face can come to the front view, and maybe I want to apply scale first of all and then bevel that. So this is flat. I probably want to rotate Sabi. Let's see, maybe I want to rotate bounding box. Let's see. So we're going to have something like this. Maybe, yeah, I want to rotate. Let me leave it first so I don't mess things up. Right here, all of these vertices I'm going to take out, and then from this point I'm going to ES. So ES, no, ES is like extrude along surface, so it's in that one. So I can ES, bring this somewhere around here, and then I can track the basic shape of this. So the thinking is get the block out, go back, and then detail it. G right here. I'm going to G to this point, G to this point. I'm going to G to this point and then move this in a little bit. So I like that shape, but for me, I don't think it's dense enough. I can relax. Let me see if I relax what that's going to look like. Okay, no relaxing. So this extrudes inward a little bit, but I won't do the extrusion. I kind of would just, let me see. Maybe I want to do the extrusion, but then there are some key shapes I need to take note of. Like for this is an important detail that needs to be captured. Right? This right here. Here also has that detail, you know. So let me see if I add a sub D on this. Yeah, it makes this smoother actually. Maybe I'm going to undo on all of that. And then add in a support loop, which I can easily turn to circle and then scale down. And just serve as a holding for, or serve as a support loop for this main shape out here. So I can take all of this and then EX. All right. All of this can be selected and like beveled actually after the fact. But I'm not doing that right now. Next up, I think the inner compartment is just going to be me guessing my way around things. But I think an important one is this right here and the hose. So the inner engine is going to be crazy. I don't know how I'm going to approach that actually. Let me just leave that. Let me go to the stand first. Cylinder, I can scale this down. G to the sports. Daniel is on. Shout out to you, bro. How you day? How's your day, man? Yeah, massive respect to you too. How have you been? Yeah. So I'm going to scale this down, right? SZ on that. I'm going to GZ, bring this down a little bit. And then on this side, this is not the same level actually. So maybe I can GX and just GY. Maybe they bring this down. As a matter of fact, maybe all of this should come down. But I won't do that so that I don't mess up with my entire mesh. So I'm just going to use the side view for more accurate references, and I can extrude on that scale in. I can select this scale down and just bevel, right? And then bevel. Let's do that again. And then bevel. So right here, I can easy and then select this loop, Shift D, separate that selection. I can scale this and extrude on the Z-axis, just like so. So we kind of have the stand. That's the beginning stage of it actually. Nothing close to the final thing. Right here, I'm going to start looking at the primary structure of this. We have a cylinder and we have like things just coming out of it. So I think my first step will be doing a grid fill on this. I'm making sure this is aligned properly. Something like this, right? So I can select these faces like so. And then this face is down here. Then I would extrude all of those to create this shape right here. So extrude along normals the other way. Oh, this is wild. So I think I'm going to do this one after the other. Doing it together, it's not looking like it's going to be successful. So I'm going to extrude this and then just nudge it to where it's supposed to be. And I'll do the same for this. Extrude and SY0 G. Okay. This is going to be up to somewhere around here. I want to isolate this and just make sure I clean up all of this right here. So I'm going to merge at last, repeat that action, repeat, repeat, and then repeat. I want to check inside if we have a face. Yep, looks like we have a face. So I'm going to clear all of these faces. All right, that's cool. I do not think we have a good flush around here. So I'm going to SX 0. Then maybe bring origin to geometry so I can just mirror to the other side without having to walk twice. I think right around here on the side view, we have something like this that we could, have an inset and probably just extrude inward just like so. Yeah. So looks something like this. I can shade auto smooth, and then I feel like these places are a little too sharp, but again, if I bring in a bevel, it's going to smoothen out all of that stuff. Like, and if I bring in a sub D, I think it's going to make this a tad better. Right here, this bevel, let me see if I can push it a bit more. All right, yeah, this is better. So right here, I'll just bring in these lines, and I'll bring them in form of like a cube, basically. I'm going to take out this bevel, right? And the reason I'm taking that, no, let me bring it back. I'm just going to reduce the size because I see it's deforming the mesh down here. And I don't know the reason why, but I feel like there's a good chance it's because this is not grid filled. So if I turn back on that bevel, it's reacting better. And let me see if I can even make it, push my luck and make it bigger. But yeah, let me just work with this. So I'm going to bring back all of my references. And I think right now I'm just going for detail. I'm no longer doing a lot of like blocking and stuff like that. That's pretty much done. So I can SY scale this in SX, and then I can shift D and R90. So we have this. I can just position right here and then rotate. But I think this should be around here actually. So I can scale down. No, we're not doing that. So I'm going to SZ, select this, SY. So this will be scaled down, rotated like so. Right? So this is SZZ. I can reduce this SYY. I can scale up until this point. Yep. Right here, maybe this I want to scale it in a little more. And then this would be so much more visible. Do I want to add a bevel to this? Yeah, I think so. Yep. That's cool. Right around here, it seems to be a detail that I didn't capture, and let me see how I can bring that in without disrupting the mesh. I'm going to turn off bevel. I think I can do something like this. As a matter of fact, just can I GG? Oh no. Can I GG? Like so. Right? Then, okay. Maybe I would go back and then select all of this. And I want to use this to create a space for this part here where we can have the knot. So we're going to have something like this. Right? And maybe here I need to start bringing in sub D. Let's see. Bevel is in. Bevel too strong actually. Oh man, the sub is not working for this. I'm going to have to bring in that circle into another method actually. Or can I add a sub? No, I can add a sub D and then with the bevel, it's just going to be complicated to add in that circle. But if I remove the bevel and then add in a sub D, oh, can I do the holdings with loops? I'm going to undo down to this point and let me try. I mean, this is going to be a 2 days worth of work, so I can as well just try stuff and see. G, I think G on this side, right? So if we have this, can I turn off that bevel, add in sub D, right? And then add in the loops myself. Like, for example, right here would have a loop, right here. This entire thing going on here would definitely have a loop. Right here. Cool. Um, right there is good. Right here. Okay. Let's add this. I'm going to take out this, and then this. Maybe I'll take out this too. So we're adding a bevel, and then we're adding a sub D. Oh, wait, shit. And they say this is not bad, but this is bad. So let me undo that. I think there's some more parts that I need to include in this. So let's do another bevel. So I think relatively I can solve for this part. But this part right here, nope. Maybe I can include this and then include this. Let's see. Man, it seems like just a lot of vertices to or edges to consider. Let's see. Okay, I'm no longer doing this method. I'm going to go back to where I have a holding bevel right around here. And then I think around here. I'll bring in a cylinder. switch to the front, view, scale that down all the way like so, and then I can G and SX just like so. Just have this in the pockets. Just like so. Okay. Shade smooth, and then we can have the joining of this one easily on that. Next up, I'm going to shade smooth on this stand, and let's see how we want to distribute this. Not just distribute, but let me see how it looks like in the reference F. I think this just attaches here. Doesn't extend so much, so it might just be like a mirror kind of thing. But I feel like it attaches like here. It attaches to the engine on this side. So maybe all of this is going to be consolidated into one mesh, right? I'm going to apply that geometry and join into one mesh. And then I'll use this as a platform to... Oh, no, 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 not that mirror yet. I'm first of all going to mirror on this. Nope. I'm going to bring 3D cursor to around here. I'm going to bring origin to 3D cursor, mirror this to the other side, and then I think right here I want to apply scale and just bevel this slightly. I'm going to apply that mirror, and that's cool. I'm going to bring the rest of the mesh, and this I would flip to the other side. So all of this looks good. I think the only thing now is that I feel like this is too far away. So I'm going to GX, bring it in. Somewhere around there is good. Oh no, I can't bring that in. And the reason is that I'm using that one mainly as the main reference. So I think what I'm going to do is just use this one to go find that, even though it's not looking like the reference. Like this is way thicker than the reference. So yeah, on this side, I think before I even do that, let me just sort out all of the surface right here. So I think first of all, bevel on this top, bevel on this bottom, definitely. Shade smooth on that, and then right here I'm going to select this face down to this face down to what if let me get those two references, and I want to increase the brightness of those two. Okay, that's nice. So right around here, I think you can can stop that. So with that done, I can apply the scale, and I'm going to insert, but insert twice, right? I can extrude along normals and delete those faces, actually. So that's cool. Right here, I want to create the handle that we use to start the gen. So right around here, I can insert once, insert again, but turn this into a circle. Rotate the angle slightly, and then I'm going to scale this down even more. Let me see if it affects the soft. It does, but let me see how it looks on that sub D. On that sub D, it looks proper. Man. So something I'm seeing now is that I don't know how I'm going to do it, but each of these needs a holding loop because when I add in a sub D, everything just collapses a bit too much and it all needs a holding loop. So I don't know the best way to just add to all of this. Like, this is going to take so much of my time to do. So do I go back? Think. So I think I would go back to right around so right around here. I'm going to add a loop right here and a loop right here. So from here, I'm going to select all on the way to here, all on the way to here, all on the way to here. So oh no. So right here, man, I don't think this will work either. Ah, you know what? Let me do like this. Insert, right? Then let me do that again. And before I do all of that stuff, I'm just going to add 1, 2, and then can I select this and then select similar areas like that, or let's say perimeter. That's cool. It worked, but it selected some that we do not need, and that's this ones. I'm just going to clear them and then deselect these ones and let's extrude this along normals. 1 and then delete the face. Then let's bring in sub D. Okay, sub D looks better. Only that it's collapsed, like, oh man. I'm beginning to think if I even need a sub D. Like, so if that doesn't work, can I bring in a bevel? Yeah. Just a slight bevel and then sub D on that. Yeah, I think I'm willing to use this result than the subdivided one. So I'm going to select these faces, insert, maybe insert again, make that really small, turn that into a circle. I'm going to rotate the angle on that, right? I'll take that, scale it down, but extrude along normals. I'll delete that face, separate that selection. I can scale this down. On this view, I can G in and then you know what? I'm going to delete this, right? I'm going to select this, bring cursor to this point. I'm going to bring in a cylinder, scale it down, scale it on the Z, and on this side I can RR like somewhere around like so. Maybe rotate this slightly too. So something around like so is good. So I'm going to shade auto smooth on that and G. Bring this in. So how to attach the cube to this is what I need to start thinking about, like something that blends in. So I think first of all, let me just bring in the shape. But I need to think about the way I'm going to bring in the shape, not just bring it in carelessly. I'm going to copy rotation, and then maybe I can copy location too. Okay, like so, like so. That's cool. This is going to be like so. Ah, man. So looking at this face deleted, looking at something like this happening, bevel, loop on the side, and then just a face fill. Fill, 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 and then fill. I'll mirror this, accept that. How do I join this? So on this side we have how many vertices? 30 vertices. And on this side we have just a couple. We have 6. So if I add in 3 on this side, 3 on this side, I can x a little bit. How many do you want to have on this altogether? That's 18. Can I add? No. Instead of 3 3, can I add 4 4? Let's see what 4 4 brings. No, 5 5 as a matter of fact. How many is that? 6. We're going to do 6 then. So if we have that, can I select this? And our vertices is 30. Correct. So down here, I'm going to delete these faces, and then I'm going to select this and then delete this face. So maybe I can join this both mesh, and then these two I'm going to bridge. Messed up mesh, but let's see how we can clean things up. Okay, this is better. I'm going to shade auto smooth on that, and then this I'm going to bevel. Ooh, okay, this is messing up the whole mesh. So let's see. Maybe on this, unselect this, and then S shift ZZ. No, S shift. Is it YY or XX or ZZ? Yeah, scale this down. And then this can be selected, and oh, it's too close down here. I think that's why I'm having issues. Yeah. Can I bevel all of this too? So we can, maybe I'll apply scale, bevel this, increase the bevel, and then I think on this face, I want to delete one of them. Delete face. I think this should include edge also, so I'll delete edge. And then I can select all of that and then add in some solidify to that. So I don't think it's going to be like 2 days. What? I think it's going to take me like a little more than that. Because I feel like we're already approaching 11:30 and I'm nowhere close to where I want to be or taking the lights. So right here. Okay. Nice extrusion on that. And yeah. Um so on the top view, I'm going to switch to edit mode and then G on that. I think I'm going to change this to connected only and then G. Man, no. Let's G again. All right. I think I'm cool with this. I'm going to restore orders. And then this definitely is going to have a subdivision. Like most definitely, bro. Can I add in a bevel right before that subdivision? Let's see. Am I breathing like that on the mic? Jesus. Let me see. Can I add in a bevel right before that subdivision? Let's see. Am I breathing like that on the mic? Jesus. No, I don't think I am. I do not think I am. So let's continue. Shader to smooth. I'm looking at this right now and I feel like it needs more vertices for it to make sense. So I'm going to subdivide this and turn this into a circle. So on this side, I can extrude. Here, going to GC, make sure that's prim and proper. I think this also, apart from the solidify, it also has a little bit of an extrusion right here. Right. Okay. I think one very important detail right here, apart from this tiger and all of this, is how this is beveled. And I think how this connects to this other front is also important. So I want to look at how this connects in the front. Let me look for references that shows the other side. Reference. I don't know. I can't find references that shows this other side. Like, come on, bro. I'm seeing this side, but the other side, the exhaust is just. Yeah, but the ones okay. Yeah, I'm not just seeing the exhaust now. What's happening? I need this other side. I need the exhaust side. Honestly, I need the exhaust side, bro. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is looking like. Oh, okay. I should have gotten my reference from this. Yeah, I think this is what I'm looking for. Is this what I'm looking for? Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is what I'm looking for. So, oh man, I should have used this as my reference. So this just extends in, and I don't think it extends any further than that. So right here, so this edge, again, I'm going to apply scale, make sure I have that, and then I'm going to bevel this, but it's not even beveling properly. I don't know why. Oh, because of the general bevel I have on this. Okay. So I think I'm going to make a drastic decision about this. Yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of this and just I don't know if beveling each of them is going to solve it, but let's try. Can I bevel? Will it still hold under the Ooh, not bad, not bad, not bad. I see you. I see you. So maybe I'm going to undo up onto this point. And then I'm going to select this. All right. So we can bevel this. All right. I select this edge and then just bevel that basically. Maybe this also should be beveled because I don't know why this is not responding properly. If it is not, I'm just going to bring it up a little more. So you know what, that bevel it can be gone actually. So this is getting rounded off. And this doesn't look good. So I'm going to turn off. Oh, what's this? Oh my god. I'm going to undo actually. Okay, it's actually selected a lot of size I don't need. Okay, cool. I'm going to take out that bevel actually. Then why is this? Why does this keep selecting now? Oh, you know what? I think I can just solve this independently of the other ones. So all of this, turn off the subdi first. So I can merge this at last. Can select this, merge this at last. That's cool. I'm going to select the whole. Oh no, I'm just going to select myself. Sometimes when you try to use some shortcuts and it's just going crazy, I think at that point you just have to bring in your original vanilla blender knowledge. So I think there's something messed up on this side. Merge by distance. Yeah, there's something really messed up on this side actually. Can I bring in this and just join this? Will it solve it? Let's see. Okay, I think it might be better. So view frame selected. Oh my god, oh my god, what's going on? Can I add in one loop on this side and then just connect this? Like, if that's going to be the solution, then so be it. But adding that whole loop just for this solution, I don't think I'm with that. Let's try the bevel. Oh my god, I'm being frustrated by this bevel actually. What can I do? Okay. I'm going to select all of it. Delete maybe I'll delete all the faces here. I need to reconnect it. Delete faces. I need to count how many vertices are here. Let's see how many vertices. Nine verts. And this is like, oh, okay, maybe it's this one that is causing all these things all this while. Can I disconnect? Can I delete this? As a matter of fact, let me just go back because maybe I've seen the problem. Oh shit. So maybe, let me just undo. Let me go back and see if I can grab this. Whoa. You know what? I'm going to redo. Then from where this is connected, I'm going to G. No, I'm going to V. Disconnect that. And then on the front view, I'm just going to try to drag this to its original position. I think this should be around somewhere here. And then I'm going to use active element and SX0. So that's where I think that should be. And then right here, frame selected, I can select around the mesh. Oh my goodness. It didn't work. So I probably need to create another face. Delete faces. How many are here? 9. How many do we have here? We have 16 here, and we have, oh my god. So what if I make this 10? Make this 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So let's see how many we have here now. So this 16, they're both 16. Can I select both and bridge? The twist we'll have to adjust. And then this edge should be selected, and then it should be beveled as it should properly. So I can bring this up the let's see how it looks. Okay. No more than that. I think this can now be beveled in peace. All right. I'm okay with this. I'm going to move on to something next. Oh no, 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 no. Next up, next up, next up. Let's see, let's see, let's see. I think I should still work on more internal stuff because I feel like this right here and then this are just technically done. So anything around the covering of this, I'm going to work on. So right here, I feel like it's the front view of this reference, right? I'm going to bring in the back view of that, and that's going to be this. This is like a perfect back view that I could work with. So I'm going to scale this. I'm going to save that reference. I'm going to go down and then bring it in. If this is the front, I don't think there's anything on the side. So I'm going to bring in a reference on the side. Boom. So this is going to be the back. No? Front. Ha. Think it's back one, bro. But where is the reference header button, bro? Alright, dragging Alt G, Alt R, RX90. Scale down. I remember I put this at the front. So this should be the back. No. This should be the back. Oh my god. Yes, now. 180. Scale. GZ. I think this should be SX -1. I'm getting increasingly and increasingly sweaty. And I need to get to like a reasonable spot tonight, so it's not going to be it's not going to be a struggle tomorrow. Okay. Right here, I think in order to model this, I'll need to take a bite out of like, I think, is this a whole box? I can't remember, bro. But yeah, I feel like this is a whole box actually. No, I don't think it's a whole box. It's just a covering. So I'm going to shift D. Select that. I'm going to scale that down ever so slightly. GY a little bit, and I can GX in. So on this view, I can EX right down to the spots, and then I can fill that, but I won't just use a direct fill. Can I use a grid fill? I do not think so. What about if I connect this with like a face, add some edge loops, and then this right here can just be filled, but with a holding loop, something like this. So I'm going to shade that smooth, and in the front view, I'm going to mark these edges so that they are kind of going to be serving as references we would use to create this inset. So all of this face is just going to, I think it's going to be how. So I think I need faces from like here down to here to be gone. And then everything in between is just going to be filled in like this. So here down to here is going to be filled. This face I'm going to FF. That's filled. FF. That's filled. So everything looks really soft, and that's because of the influence of the sub D. I'm going to reduce the sub D first. In fact, take out the entire sub D. Right. I'm going to shade auto smooth. I'm going to bring in a bevel mod, which is acting weird. So I'm going to shift N, recalculate normals. I feel like this, maybe I'm going to add in, no sub D. I'm going to use, what do you call it? Holding loops. Bevel. So if I bring in a sub D, oh, messed up. What if I stretch this down? What if I include this? Will it hold better? Nope, it's not holding better. What if I bring in holding loops on the side? That's better. Everything better. Okay, so that's good. I think I need to undo. And the reason I'm undoing is to remove this from that selection. So let's do that again. That's cool. Add that loop. We're going to add this holding and this holding. So that's fire. Right here, I'm going to make an even bigger bevel, so it's just around that crossboard. So yeah, this looks good. Looks like what we want. But then there's also, oh my god, there's also another cut in here again. Actually, I'm not going to use what do you call it? Boolean. But before I think of Boolean, let me see if I can join and then join. Let's just try this method first. If I can't, then we're going to go for the Boolean. So we have two. We're going to select this. Delete faces. So this connects backward like easily. I can oh no, no reference SX. Scale this in. Matter of fact, SX on both sides. SX. Scale it in. And I feel like this right here, I can EY. How can I connect? You know what? I'm going all the way back here. All the way back to this bevel. Right, and I'm going to create this right here. Can I see the reference? Yeah, something like this. Something like this would connect. Now we're not going to connect that. We can connect this, and we could connect this. Join. So this face, just like so, all the way down to this two is out. I need to connect both. I could fail. Oh no, this needs to be complete. Fail. All right, so first of all, let us select the edges that I want to bevel. Remember, we're doing the manual bevel for this, we're not doing general bevel. So I have to absolutely select the edges that I want to be under that influence. Right here, that's cool. Man, I think all that is okay. So I can just bevel that. If I add in a sub D, I think it's working. The only thing that I might need to, oh no, I think I remember what's missing. What's missing is that I didn't include this right here. So if I add in sub D looks good, but I'll need to add in support loops right here. And then this is just going to have a different chop. Yeah. Yep. It looks great to me, bro. Like it looks good. I think first things I'm going to bring in those bolts. Basically going to be a cylinder, which I would let me see. Man, I don't know what kind of bolt is this, but I think I will do something that I have in mind. I'm going to do 6 sides, scale down, but the 6 sides is going to be something like this. Face out, this edge selected, extrude along normals. This face, I'm going to delete this right here. I'll select extrude along normals. So this is cool. I can select this face, insert, and extrude a little bit. So right here, I'm going to bevel, right? But it's not working. So I think I'm going to apply scale and just do manual bevel. And I don't think I even need to add any sub D. It's already working. So, man, I think there's a technique to make this fall flat on this kind of angle, but man, I've forgotten all of that, bro. So I'm going to do this by eyes actually. So I can rotate, and I think this is a good angle to place that. But if I do that, let me increase this actually. GZ, and this is going to rotate GY in. Yep, I'm going to scale this down. That's a good size. I think I can bring cursor to somewhere around. Oh wait. Can bring cursor somewhere around here. This is going to go to 3D cursor and I can flip. So that's cool. I think right here it's not like, oh my god. So you see all these things I was trying to fill? It's not even useful. All of these things. So I'm just going to select all of this, grow that selection more. 5 minutes more before I close out the stream. Let me see if the stream is still working. I'm no longer checking on my phone. Let's see. Okay, stream still good. Okay, from what I can see from here, like I'm I'm not moving all the internal stuffs. Like there's no way I'm even going to see it. So this I would bring in. I think I remember what this looks like actually. 32 on that scale. This is where you plug in your spark plug. Can GY scale it down. GZ. I'm going to copy that. You know what? I'm going to undo on this, bring back all of this information, and see the space. I'm going to insert, subdivide that, turn that into a circle, scale down, and I'll extrude. Let me see what that looks like on that subdivision. Not bad, not bad. I'm not even mad at it at all, bro. So I'm going to V, and then this, I'm going to bring cursor to that point. I'm going to bring selection to that point. I can scale this, right? Maybe scale this even more. Um, as a matter of fact, maybe I'm going to take this away. I'm going to bring the cylinder, but this time it's going to be 6 sides. So I'm going to scale this down. Thinking about it now, I don't think 6 sides makes sense. Because that part is rounded and it seems. So I'm going to scale this. SZ, scale, GZ, GZ. This face I can insert and extrude inward. This part right here I can hold. This part I can extrude along normals, shade auto smooth. This part can S shift Z, open that up. So for the spark plug, probably want to look for a model spark plug. Not necessarily a model, like something I can use to as a reference to model this. This is a good model. This is a good reference rather. So I can save this image. I'll pull into my blend scene. So reset RX90. So I can GX, and we're about to model the spark plug. I'm going to bring cursor to this point, and then I think I'll start from up top. We're just going to use cylinders. GZ, this is going to be looped right here. Maybe I want to frame selected. Remove this face, remove this face, and then I want to scale this. I want to scale this. I want to easy, scale, easy, easy again, and then this I'm going to extrude along the mouse. So this edge, I'm going to separate that selection. ES, no, ES, extrude along surface. I'm going to easy, scale that, cheesy. I'm going to easy, ES, easy, downward. A lot of maybe I'll just easy all the way down to this point, right? And then I need a holding loop right here. I'll select all of this, select this, select this, select this, and select this. And then I would extrude all of this along the mouse. And this part I'm going to scale and easy. And then this I'm going to easy. And then this right here, I'm going to extrude along the mouse because I want to be able to select this edge right here, apply scale, and then just bevel that. Okay. So right around here, I'm going to introduce a new shape. No, still cylinder, but lower resolution, basically. So it's not necessarily a new shape. I can GZ and that, scale that in. How long was I disconnected for? Anyway, I'm out, guys. I just want to save file. I think this is day 57, but in the real sense of the word, I'm on day 83. And that's because I'm randomly picking dates on my Excel sheet, so it's not in an orderly fashion. So I'm going to do day 57. Day 7 Tiger generator. I'm going to save that, and then this I'm going to pack into the file. So I'm just going to save. Yeah, so that's about it, guys, man. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. We'll work tomorrow. I think this is going to be a 3 days stream because it's going to be a lot more to like try to figure this out. But yeah, thank you guys for tapping in. Catch you guys tomorrow. So that's it, guys. So long. And until I see you guys in the next one, it's peace.